don't know if it's hard because he takes reps at left tackle all the time too, so I'm for him it's probably, hey, I'm not rotating, I get to play every snap, right? So it's a great thing, right? So I mean, there was no hesitation. He jumped in before I even grabbed him, so he was ready to go. So there was no question there.
How beneficial were those reps in the spring whenever Caden wasn't here for him to kind of lean back on that going into the first game?
Yeah, that's huge. I think he really got some confidence throughout the spring and got better each day. And so, he's had some bumps and bruises in camp with his ankle and different things. And so, just trying to get those reps but every rep he's gotten, and when he does things successfully, you can see his face. He kind of starts believing in himself and getting that confidence. So all those reps are critical to success.
Wilkin kind of sprung that block for Justice on the 85-yard. What did you see from him in his debut and just his athleticism too?
Well, and he did, but there was a great deuce block by the playside guard and tackle, and a great kick out by J-Rob, and then Wilkin fit on that backer and got a 2-for-1, so that was great. I thought that he made some real strides in the game. I think he's come a long way since I've got here this spring. Still a lot of work to go, but I think you saw, again, these young kids, it's just like getting those reps and getting confidence is so critical for them, and so you're seeing those things starting to happen.
You give the umpire an assist for a block on that touchdown run because it looked like he accidentally got a piece of stuff.
Hey, if it happens, it happens. So we may or may not have noticed that. So that was pretty good, wasn't it? Yeah.
Coach, what's the focal point this week in practice for your group?
Focal point? It's still for us. It's effort, technique, and communication. It won't ever change. So we're playing a lot of nobody just lines up in a base defense anymore. So West Kentucky brought. And the thing, when you play your first game against somebody, you're watching a season worth of blitzes and stuff in West Kentucky. We were preparing for everything, and it was challenging for them, and they did a nice job. And now you're looking at South Florida, everything from last year, the things they did against us last year, the things they did the first week. So that communication is critical for us in a lot of things we do. But if you're an old lineman and you play hard and you give great effort and you play with some technique, you have a chance to be successful every down.
When you're looking to build long, sustained drives, how important are maybe those first couple of plays of the drives where maybe you can pick up that 4 or 5 yards in setting a tone for the drive?
You can go back to the stats, and we used to chart that, like first down. If first down was an efficient play, it increased the chance of getting a first down by like 60%, right? And we all know once you get that first down, then the drives, that momentum keeps carrying. So, first downs are critical to be in second and medium or short, and then you can do anything you want. You're just trying to stay out of those third and longs as best you can. So I think it also gives confidence to the play caller to be able to call, everything he wants, and when you have success running the ball and doing different things.
Is there a challenge to maybe get your guys to get even extra more pumped up to set the tone on those plays on the front, or is it?
You say that, you encourage them to go out, let's start fast, but really, we were asking them to do that every play, right? So, but yes, starting fast is critical to everything we do. That was the one thing that we need to do better. We didn't score on the opening drive of the first half or the second half, and that's something we want to be able to try to do.
Who would be the first guy behind Elijah Pritchett at left tackle?
So you got, Miles is been getting reps there, and Wilkin can go back and forth. So we've got a combination of guys we're working there, so to be ready to go for that.
Is there a thought of moving Booker to tackle in an emergency situation, or is that kind of like something?
We have all kinds of thoughts,
Sure.
And Booker's played every position since I've been here. He's had center reps in the summer, he had tackle reps in the spring, so anything is possible, right? You just look and evaluate who are your best guys, who are the guys that could do it, and then you have them ready to go.
Coach, just another question. With Nick Saban being honored this week at the stadium with the stadium's name change, can you just speak on what that means to you just as a coach and just being able to work under him and seeing everything he's done here and things of that nature?
Well, obviously, everybody knows the history of this place with Coach Saban and what he's done for the game and what he's done here at Alabama. And so just for me to be a part of this weekend and it's pretty cool for me to be able to say I was there when they did that. And, I'm kind of excited just to see the kids. I know the kids are excited about it for them and everything else that comes with it.
Last week you mentioned something about how important it was that your family was behind you to make this move here. I just wanted to bring you back to that for a minute. Were it not for their support, because I know that was a quick transition, you're Baylor, you're going from Baylor. Were it not for that support, would you think you might have stayed at Baylor?
You know, that's a great question. Like, you'd have to have your head examined and turn down Alabama. I guess I felt bad for my family because it had been such a tumultuous year. My son was a junior in high school, getting ready to be a senior. We just moved, got him in. He was happy where he was. So if they both would have said, I can't do it, I would have had to have really thought about how we would approach that. But I didn't have to do that because they were ready to go.
Yeah, that's good.
Do they like Tuscaloosa?
They love it. You know, my son's transition to Northridge has been just awesome. You know, he plays football. He's had big plays and touchdowns just about every scrimmage and game, and the coaches have been great with him and the teammates. I mean, it's like he's been here 10 years. He hangs out with the guys all the time. It's I couldn't have asked for a better transition for my family, really. And so that's what's made. At the end of the day, you all been there if you have families. Like, for a coach, our life's the same. You know, we're always in the submarine all day and night, and you know, but when your family's happy, then that's just one more thing that you don't have to worry about, and they love it here, so it's been great.
Were you able to get to the game Friday night?
I was able to get there, and you know, that was an interesting place. There wasn't many seats available, so I stood the whole game, which was fine. My son and their team didn't play very well to the end, but they find a way to get it done. So it's great. You know, those moments to be able to see my son play is you know, you can't get those back. So I appreciate Coach DeBoer allowing me to do that for sure.
But from a morning practice team, that gives a little bit more time for families at the end, right? In the evening.
So it's we're late. It's usually Thursday. Like, when you're an afternoon practice team, a lot of times Friday mornings used to be where you would have some time for your families. And so now if you're a morning, it's that Thursday afternoon. But because of Fridays, like, you know, when we're at home, we've already practiced, walkthrough, and everything by dinner time, so that allows us to be able to do that too if we're at home. Yep.
His teammates described him as a freak of nature, but going up against Quay Russaw, what stands up about him so much?
Oh, I just think, you know, he's really, even since I've been here, I've seen him just grow in his effort, his ability to put together some combinations and pass rush moves and play physical against the run game. So it's been really good to see. Sometimes painful to see because he's beating one of my guys, right? But it's been good to see his growth as well.
I'm going to go back to what you said a second ago. You talked about your son playing at Northridge. You talked about going to the game. What are your thoughts, man, about the football here overall? I'm sure you've seen some of the highest games overall.
Yeah, well, you know, I've recruited state for a long time in different spots. When I was at Southern Miss and I was at Alabama State way back in the day. So, you know, the thing about this state compared to some other states I've been to, like, high school football is important. Like, I've been to a couple of his games and scrimmages, and it's a packed house. There's people everywhere. They're into it. So that's exciting for him. It's kind of cool for me just to see him be a part of that.
Good.
Thanks, guys.